Hey peeps! You hear that reverberation? It's like there's a certain spot where you just echo, oh my God, it's too funny. Anyways, guys, another day in my life. You tend to forget how tall this ceiling is and how much echo is right here.
Huge.
It's just weird. Anyways, guys, still continuing on with a day in my life. Every day's different, right, Fab?
Always different.
What are we doing today, Fab?
What are we not doing is the question.
Exactly. But one of the fun things that we're doing is a podcast with a fellow podcaster out of Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we're going to make sure we leave all of his information below because you guys need to go check out his podcast. He is so amazing. Just a good person. So you're going to see that in this video today as well as everything else that I do in my life, right? So let's get started.
We got someone getting ready for the day over here, doing some makeup. Oh,
Yes.
we got Maria walking in.
Yes. Where's the little one? Oh, it's right there. So remember, these used to be black. Now we've recovered them in gray.
Cute.
Yes. So I got tired of so much stuff being black.
Love.
Yes.
I like that fabric too.
Right?
And the high too.
And I like the thicker. Before it was really skinny.
Oh, right.
Now it's thicker. So when you sit on it, it's.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
That's where I'm gonna sleep, right there. That's where I'm gonna hide.
Yes.
Junior auto.
That actually just lightened up the.
Junior auto.
They're supposed to be like that.
$50.
Hey,
That actually just lightened up
a hustler.
the-
She is ready. What do we got going on today?
So, I went to Houston, no makeup. Came back from Houston, no makeup. Got makeup on, and we're getting ready to do a podcast with a fellow podcaster from, I think he's from Fort Worth, the Dallas area, Fort Worth. Anyways, he reached out to me and wanted to know if he could do a podcast with me. So he's arriving. We're going to whip out this podcast. So we're going to share the behind the scenes of a podcast, the making of a podcast.
Yeah.
See if you guys are interested in that. So just another day in my life. So already made it into Houston, dealt with all that, got back out here, got ready, gonna do this. And as soon as he leaves, we're gonna knock out some more work.
You're wearing your new cardigan. It looks great.
Remember how I said it was fun to tie it at the bottom?
Yes. You sure can dress up this thing and dress it down if you want,
Right. It's got a Skims top on.
Cute.
Got workout leggings on.
Cute.
Got this new cardigan on. Dressing it up with Hermes belt, little Chanel necklace, some Cartier bracelets, little Rolex,
To use. It's casual.
That your wife and your daughter knew about.
That's
but
right.
You didn't know about.
Yeah, and I did not. And then when I told my team, I run a recruiting company. When I told my team, my star of my company is a lady named Tamra, and when she mentioned it to her 18-year-old daughter, she freaked out. She knew exactly who you were. She's like, "Oh my God, how's Blair getting that?" And so they're super jelly right now for sure. And they all had so many questions about this lifestyle and fun that you get to have. And the story that my wife liked so much was, and she told it to me, so you might be able to tell it better, certainly. But apparently you were at some sort of gala and sat maybe at the back a little bit. Louis Vuitton was there, and he was a sneaker. Okay, yeah. So someone mentioned that you were there, and he's like, "Oh, where is she?" And he's like, "Oh, she owes 75 pairs of your shoes." And he's like, "Oh, she's coming up here with me," or something like that.
People know that story.
Yeah. So
I must have said that in one of my videos.
Right.
I think she may have read that in the Texas Monthly magazine or something like
That's
that.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, "I love that story." Like, no, get her up here with me.
It was quite interesting because people were like ladies were fighting over each other. They were like tackling each other
Right.
to see who could get up there and get their picture taken with them and everything. I was just standing there watching, and I was like, "Don't act like an idiot." I mean, really?
Yeah. Act like it's not your first time.
Right, you
Yeah.
know. And so I wasn't doing anything. I was standing back with my friend and all these women that I knew. And like I said, everybody was tackling each other to try to get pictures with him, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just get one later, or whatever."
And this is your special space, right?
That's
Things have to earn their way in
Yes,
there.
that's kind of like the Wall of Fame. Yes.
I know I saw a video where you had this little thing that was on wheels.
The coaster, yeah, the travel,
Okay, so yeah, it is still
the little
there.
travel
Yeah.
show. Yeah. Sorry, there's shoes sitting up there. These are new this week.
Oh,
We
okay.
have to figure out where to put them. When I find a pair of shoes I like, I buy them in multiple colors
Right.
because they're so incredibly comfortable. And so I haven't.
Well, and that was the thing I was wondering about, and you talked about it one time where you had a pair of zip-up Tom Fords that you could only stand up in them for about 15 minutes,
Right here.
and you're like, oh, fashion over function, right?
Actually, those are not the under.
Yeah, I think they were low.
No, yeah, those are
they
the
weren't
zip ups.
The Giuseppe.
Did I give them away, Pat?
No, they're down there, the second row, to the right. Talking about the same one. I mean, sorry, first
this
row.
One, this one, yeah. No, they're good. Zanati Gazzetti. So these are the ones that I wore to a Gucci event, and I valeted at Neiman's. And I walked in these things, and I thought, oh, the first time I was wearing them, and I thought, oh, you know, there'll be somewhere to sit down because you have your shoes that you're gonna stand in all night,
Right.
That are comfortable.
Right,
And
absolutely.
then you have your sit-down shoes. I call them sit-down shoes. These are the shoes that you walk in, everybody sees what you have on, and then you sit down the rest of the night. Because they're so ungodly and comfortable.
Right.
There's no way you can
But they
stand.
look money, right?
But they're like, woo, you know. So you have the pair that you could stand in all night, but you have the pair that you want to sit in all night.
And you have someone who carries them and swaps those out for you.
So you have to choose wisely when you walk out the door. And that particular night, I was going to a Gucci event. Oh, I was at the Gucci store as a fundraiser. And I wore this with a Tom Ford dress. It zipped up the back. So I was like, oh, this is
Oh yeah, perfect.
I walked in, mind you, Gucci store is not very far from Neiman's. Like
Right.
three stores down, maybe. Walk in, I'm having to stand there. My feet start hurting. I mean, like, I didn't even last 30 minutes at this
Yeah.
event. And I was like,
I gotta go.
I'm like literally crying. My feet hurt so bad. I literally am walking to Neiman's like, oh, I barely get to the car. I took my shoes off and my toe, everything was just like, ugh.
Yeah, curled
And
up.
I literally thought, I can't even push on the gas. Like
Oh my
my feet
gosh.
are like, so I've never worn them since.
So did this story ever get back to Tom Ford?
Well, these aren't Tom Ford.
Oh, I thought they
These-
were.
no.
They just went with the dress.
These are Gatsby Zanati, but I'm just saying, I wore them one time.
Yeah.
I have not worn them since.
Well, who would? I mean, it sounds like a nightmare
literally, I
experience.
need to give them all.
For you, was this who bought the house? or-
No. Actually, the dome was gold.
Okay.
I'll show you. And
Not your
I said that I was going to silver leaf the whole entire dome. And then I wanted, because people don't realize how big that dome is, but that chandelier is 6 foot wide by 10 foot long.
Wow.
And you don't realize that until you're on the second floor where you're closer to it. But I knew it was going to take a substantial chandelier to fill up that space.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the picture of the house when we bought it, it had this little tiny wrought iron.
Something from Home Depot.
Yeah, this little tiny wrought iron chandelier, if you want to call it a chandelier.
Right.
It was just horrible. And I said, oh no.
This will not.
This was all wood floors. Everything was wood floors. It was so dark.
Yeah.
None of this existed. This was a arched wood doorway.
You were like God on the first day. You were like, let there be light. You put in light, windows.
I said, if I don't ever get to live back in California, I'm going to bring California here. So I, literally wherever there's glass right now, there was no glass before. So, or when everyone wants to take a nap and I have to get glammed up for filming or something, right? So then it always, so I started off with my glam area in my closet on the second floor, and then I outgrew it. So I was like,
Too much glam.
Oh, let's come over here and create a glam room. And so now we're outgrowing this room.
Do you have names for your wigs?
No.
No. Then don't love
I
them
know.
enough.
I know. I'm not a wig girl.
Yeah.
But because I was.
My daughter, she's 19, trying to be a freshman at USC, but California's closed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's now wanting to get into the wig scene just so she can just flip a
Oh,
different
yeah.
personality. And
I thought that was going to be the case for me, but I hate them.
you ended up being the same person in the wig you didn't like.
I just found that I'm not a wig person.
Yeah.
Like I when I have them on, I don't feel like they're secure enough. I feel like they're gonna fall off, or they're gonna
That's an
slip.
embarrassing situation.
Yeah, and they're hot.
Yes,
and
I've
so-
worn one a couple of times and they were
Yeah,
ridiculously
and so
hot.
I'm just like, I don't mind putting one on for a minute when we film,
Right.
like, for something, or if it's a Halloween thing or something like that. But for women that can wear wigs nonstop, God bless them.
Yeah, that's all.
Because I cannot do it. I
This is fun.
it's not for me.
I wouldn't want to be seen under that much light. Yeah. Too many imperfections.
So this is like the $1 million view right here. This area right here used to be outside. This was an outside deck.
Oh, okay.
And I said, who the hell's gonna sit on a balcony
In Houston.
in Houston on the second floor? This is wasted space. Why don't we make it inside? Part of this area up here. So we did. I had the
Well, the colors with red it really pops, looks great. And yes, now you can actually use this space.
right. Yeah.
In Houston, you get, I mean, it's like Fort Worth, you get a limited amount of time to
Right.
enjoy your outdoors.
But we're the only house, all of Carlton Woods that has this view of Bear Branch Reservoir.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's full of stuff. Bar.
I did hear you say one time that he likes his football.
Oh yeah, and he's got 5 of them going at a time. And then if that's not enough, he can go into the media room and throw something on in the media room too. So, I mean like...
Does he bet on the games to keep it interesting?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So you see how it's...
Yes.
You can tell it's a lot bigger up here than if you were down below.
You sort of need to get the perspective.
Yeah. But that dome alone is over 6 foot deep. And people don't even realize that.
Yeah.
It's just a huge dome.
Gosh, but welcome to your own closet. Thank you for coming on the Namaste podcast. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to the conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, you're in my closet.
I know. And if you're ever going to come out of a closet, this is the closet to come out of, 1,000%.
Some people are like, no, we want to go back in the closet.
Yeah, this is pretty spectacular. I did take some pictures. I'll definitely post that. But you're filming as well, so I'm kind of excited that people get the full experience. And where I always like to start is we kind of know where we are now. We're in a beautiful home in the northern Houston suburbs.
Yes.
And your logical development to this place was probably not known as a child, right? You did not. You were not a child of opulence and wealth.
No. But when I was in when I was in high school, I was a junior. We were in California on vacation, and we'd gone to Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. And we were in Beverly Hills, and I was taking pictures of all these beautiful mansions. And my mother said to me, "Why are you taking pictures of all these houses?" And I said, "Because I want to live in a house just like this someday."
Right.
And she was like, "Okay."
Yeah, whatever, kid.
Glad you could dream.
Yeah. Well, at some point along the way, you did have, I was watching a video, and at 19, you bought your first luxury item.
Yes.
You bought a clutch handbag, I believe.
A little Louis Vuitton, yes.
Yeah. And I guess wore it once or carried it once or twice. And
One time.
one time.
And I was like, okay, it's going back in the dust bag, and it's never going to see daylight.
So what was the appeal at 19 towards a luxury item? You were taking pictures as a child of this. Where did this goal kind of come from?
Well,
do you know?
growing up, we had to pretty much give, if we had a job at all, which, growing up on a ranch, I milked cows, and I definitely didn't get paid to do that.
Right. Yeah, families rarely do.
But then we moved to the city, and I started delivering newspapers, and then I started bussing tables and waiting tables and being a hostess. And our mother would always want a portion of our money.
Mm-hmm. Like a pimp.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, hand it over, And so I started to get smart and start spending my money as soon as I would get it.
Right.
Because I was like, nope, don't have any to give you.
Yeah.
or I'd have to hide it, But I grew up wearing hand-me-downs. That was just the ranch life,
Right.
Is
this in California?
This was in Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay.
Yeah, because that's where I was born. And so I just kind of felt like if I could ever just buy my own stuff, and so eventually when I became a sales girl for a department store called Alco, sounds like a dog food, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does not sound like a luxury brand.
It was ALCO. It was not luxury at all. It was like a Kmart or something, But I started buying clothes there because I became the supervisor at the front desk. But then I was like, I want something more than just. I thought, at the time, even though I'd grown up wearing hand-me-downs, I thought these are just cheap clothes.
Right.
I want something
Work
nicer,
clothes or something.
And so I set my mind on a luxury purse.
Okay.
Even though I never carried purses at the time.
And where did you have to go to buy that? I would imagine that was not available. Well, you had already moved to the city at this point. What city had you moved to?
We call that the city. It was called Valentine, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Or Ainsworth, Nebraska. Those are only population 2,000 people.
Okay. So did you have
No,
to drive
by the
into
time I
Omaha?
was 19, I was already married.
Okay.
Yeah.
What age did you get married?
18.
Okay, so you were living a pretty traditional Midwestern life, working on the farm, getting married early.
That's your traditional life. You don't go to college. You just you finish high school and then you marry your high school sweetheart. You get a house with a little picket fence and 2.5 children and a dog and live happily ever after.
And how long did that marriage last?
That one was a very abusive marriage. That lasted 7 years.
Okay. Did the abuse start while you were dating?
No.
Oh,
no.
surprise.
Yeah.
How abusive?
First time I got hit was on our honeymoon night.
Oh, welcome to the jungle. Jesus. Okay, so honeymoon did not go well. You already knew this was a disaster.
No, I just, I wanted to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
It was our honeymoon, and he didn't, and I kept bugging him, and that's the first time I got hit, and I was like, wow.
So, yeah, I married a woman who would say that she would date men that weren't interested in sex or thought that she wanted to have sex too much. These are odd things for this male to hear, but especially on a honeymoon.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, at that stage, did you think I've been duped into something, or did you think
I thought, because we'd driven all night in a snowstorm, so I thought, okay, he's really tense from driving in a snowstorm all night. Okay, but I don't know why he hit me, But maybe it was an accident,
Right.
But then the next time, and then the next time, and then the next time, and then you're like, whoa, And my mother always had this saying: if you make your bed, you lie in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
lovely phrase. Oh, great! So I'm just fucked. Excellent.
And so I just kept thinking, this is the bed I made. I have to lie in it. And then it got so bad that she would say things like, you need to leave him before he kills you.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, he's never going to kill me.
Yeah.
And then the night he was choking me to death in the bottom of a closet, I thought to myself, oh my God, he's going to kill me.
Right.
My mom was right.
Well, this makes psychological sense now that your closet is your safe space and your happy space to exercise some of those demons. Was abuse something that you were akin to before?
Got to get just the right light.
The spotlight's on you.
Isn't that the world we live in? Where's the right light?
Yes.
Right here, don't move. Is it right?
It's perfect.
Anyways, guys, I hope you had fun with us today. I'm just trying to give you guys glimpses of days of my life. Every day is not the same. Every day is different, right, Fab?
Always different. Never know what you're walking into.
Flew my ass to Houston this morning, got through all that stuff, flew my ass back out here, overseeing the fountain finally getting done, and everything going on in this house, and the podcaster, and the day is still young. Get back up to that office, right?
Yes. We actually had a whole different agenda today.
We had a totally different agenda because we were supposed to be in Houston filming at Saks today. But then suddenly I was like, oh my God, like Theresa lives by her calendar, and for some reason this podcast did not get put in my calendar. I have no freaking idea why, because I put everything in my calendar. Like if it's not in my calendar, I don't do it. And I almost didn't do this because he reached out and he's like, okay, I'll see you Wednesday at 2. And I'm like, ooh. Fab, change of plans. Meet me in my house. So yeah, everything changes all of a sudden. I called Fab last night, change of plans.
I was like, okay.
And I'm not going to California. California's shutting down. Guess what? I'm going to Florida. So last you heard last night was you're not going to California. Today I'm like, oh, now I'm going to Florida.
Yes. And that might change again.
And that might change again. Who knows? But I did just read that Florida is not shutting down. Their governor said, hell no, we're not shutting down. Abbott from Texas said, hell no, we're not shutting down. So there you got. With a coronavirus survival rate of, what did it say, 99.85%? They're not shutting down. So anyways, you guys just continue to be safe, wear the mask, do your social distancing. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving by yourself. Right?
Right.
Like nobody can be together. We're not even having Thanksgiving with our kids because with 6 adults and, no, 2, 4, 6, with 8 adults and 9 grandkids, who are you gonna leave out? So we're just gonna let everybody do their own thing. We're gonna go to the country club. I don't have to cook. But I wish you guys all a very happy Thanksgiving. Please, please, please be very conscious of your mental health during the holidays, guys. It is not fun being alone, and our elderly are dying of loneliness. It's so sad. We can't even be around. You're not even gonna get to be around your elderly grandparents?
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving either, right?
So if you go to the country club, if you can still happen to just get an extra plate of Thanksgiving food, so I can have some on the next day of work.
There you go, right?
That'll be greatly appreciated. Or leftovers even.
Maybe I should go get a turkey and cook it the day after Thanksgiving.
Ooh, that'd be a good video when it's on.
That would be, right? That's a good idea. Maybe I should pick up a turkey somewhere today or tomorrow because I'm going to be in Florida. And I'll cook it on Friday. And then by Friday towards evening, when it's time for you to go home, you can have Thanksgiving.
And Theresa saves Thanksgiving again.
Yay! So anyways, guys, be conscious of your mental health. Please, please, please be conscious of other people's mental health. It's a very sad time right now. People are having to be alone. And, you know, as human beings, we are not meant to be alone. We are social creatures. So just be safe. Adhere to the guidelines that are out there in your state, I guess. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying this kind of series that we're doing, because I'm kind of just trying to let you guys in on my life a little bit and see that every day is different and that we do a ton of different stuff, and hopefully you're enjoying it. So with that said, make sure you get out there and find my guy from the podcast today. We're going to put his stuff below. Make sure you get out there and find Mr. Fabulous.
Yes.
Because now that he's got that new computer, he's like knocking the hell out of videos and having fun and everything else. Make sure you get out there. Remember, we got everything on sale with Theresa Roemer. Get over to my website. We'll put the link below. Everything's on sale. You get pillows for sale, candles for sale, books for sale. Like, you can knock out your Christmas list in one little short shopping spree, right?
Yep.
Even get a coaching call for one of your friends or somebody. So with that said, guys, get out there, find me everywhere. And until next time, bye-bye.